Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Ann, and it is Tuesday, February 28th, 2012, and it's my weekly check-in. Didn't do it this morning because hubby and I had to go all the way to Cambridge, Maryland, so he could get some blood work done at the VA. And we stopped at the new Golden Corral for lunch, where I could eat all of the fruits and vegetables that I wanted, and it was pretty cool. Didn't even go look at the other stuff. We just wasn't interested. They have an awesome salad bar, and with lemons on it, so you could use that as dressing. So that wasn't too bad. Not someplace I'd want to go all the time, but if you're stuck, driving 2 hours down there and 2 hours back, it's a nice little stopping off place in Easton. Also went to the produce market there, Teddy Bear Fresh. It's in an industrial park in Easton, and you can buy produce by the case, and they have pretty good case prices. The hubby likes Joe's Mean Green Juice now too, and he wants some every morning as well. So we went and got a half a case of celery and 10 pounds of Granny Smith apples and 2.5 pounds of spinach. So we're going to see how long that lasts us. That was $34. It was like $1 a thing for the celery, which isn't too bad. Sometimes you can find it for that at the grocery store on sale, but if you get it right from the produce market, it's a little fresher than it would be if you got it from the grocery store. So we did that and come home. Then he went off to work, and I've been piddling around the house and just doing odds and ends. I got all of my major schoolwork done yesterday, so I've got 2 weeks to go, and it's a pretty light load for the next 2 weeks, and then I get a week's break, and then for another 8 weeks of classes. And then I'm not sure how their summer session goes, so I'll see how that goes. I need a couple. I'd like to have 2 weeks to go visit my grandkids, so we'll see what happens with that. For dinner last night, I'll show y'all some pictures. I tried 2 recipes out of Nomi Shannon's book, The Raw Gourmet, and they were both really good. The one was the yellow corn and red cabbage mixed together, and it just had a very little, like a tablespoon full of olive oil, couple tablespoons of lemon juice, some organic soy sauce, and a dash of cinnamon in it, and it was real good. We enjoyed that. And the other dish, the pictures coming up, was a sprouted green pea soup, and oh, was that stuff amazing. No cooking to it, but it was warm, because you put a pot of water on the stove and you boil it, and then you turn it off, and then you dump your sprouted peas in it so they blanch a little bit. You put all your ingredients in a Vitamixer and blend it up, and it is a really tasty, nice warm dish that doesn't taste like your typical, split pea soup that you would make from dried peas. So if you haven't seen any of Nomi Shannon's videos on YouTube, look her up. I'll put a link down below so that you can find her channel pretty easy. Let's see what else we did. I got my worms. Man, when I got them, they were just little teeny tiny things. I mean, it looked like they were just hatched. I mean, just infinitesimal little things. And put them in the bin, and they didn't seem to be, excuse me, farmers. And oh my gosh, we are just surrounded by farms, and everybody is tilling and harrowing and throwing up dust, and it gets to you. sometimes. But anyway, the worms here, I'll show you a little video of them. They have grown quite a bit since we put them in the bin. They were all trying to crawl out when we first put them in there, and I was going, oh no, what did I do? They don't like their home. But they found the food and they got used to it. Man, they're getting big. See them squiggling around in there. I try not to mess with them too much, other than to put food in. And for right now, they seem to have plenty of food, so I'm going to leave them alone for, I don't know, probably a week or so, and then check back on them to see how the food situation is going, and if they've got that pretty well consumed, then I'll put some more in there. I did find out that the pulp, I can take the pulp that from juicing, you know, all the fiber and stuff, and mix it with different things, you know, like flaxseed and even oatmeal and stuff like that, and you can make doughs with it and spread it out in your dehydrator and actually make raw food breads. So I'm gonna try some of that, because I don't want to overfeed the little wormies. So far they're processing pretty good, but I don't want to get so much in there, you know, that it overwhelms the environment. But there's no smell to it, you know. It was starting to get stinky, you know, right before they came, and I was almost tempted to put it outside, but they came the next day, and I went ahead and put them in there, and within just a couple days, you know, all the odor went away. You just open it up, and it just smells like nice, clean earth. So I'm real happy with the way that's going. I'm behind on my gardening. I have not started not one plant yet, not one. And all sitting in there on the kitchen table. This schoolwork just had me so bogged down that everything's just kind of gone to the wayside. So that's a project that I got to get going this week. At least getting the peas and, you know, cold weather stuff that I should have already had planted. Get the cold weather stuff going, and get them outside, you know, in the pots. We pulled up from church the other night, and here's this rabbit sitting in the yard. It's almost like, hey, where's the greens? So if I set anything out there, I'm going to have to put fence around it, or we won't be able to keep it. I did do a weigh-in. My weigh-in was 320.1, so that's down 1.9 pounds from last week. But I am not going, you know, I never started this really for the weight issue. I started it for the health issue, and if I lose the weight, great. You know, the way I'm eating, it's going to come off anyway. But to stop torturing myself, I'm only going to weigh once a month. So far I've lost 9.9 pounds, almost 10 pounds officially, since I started. It's 6 weeks. Which I'm happy with. It's good, and you know, I can definitely tell little wrinkles and stuff coming up now. So I've got to hit the stretchy bands and the weights and all that stuff to get the skin toned up. But my main issue was my health, and being able to get up and do the things that I wanted to do without feeling so rotten. And boy, has that changed. You know, I think it was Mike that said, made a comment back to something I had said about, you know, being a meat and potatoes person, and you know, not thinking they could change their diet. Well, I didn't think I could either. I mean, me, you talk about meat. I was a meat girl. Meat, potatoes, bread, you name it. Chips, sour cream, cheese. I mean, really, that was the basic of my diet. Give it 10 days. I would just encourage anybody to just give it 10 days of high raw foods. You can use cooked foods. The Engine 2 diet is great. It's plant-based. You know, it's a lot of cooked foods. But I you know, if you're going to start out slow. You know, like I said, one meal at a time, you know, for a week, and then change another meal and blah, blah, blah. Keep some cooked foods in there, you know, to satisfy. But you'll find that you'll get to a point where, I don't really want to cook. Let's just throw some vegetables together and put a sauce on it and eat it like that. And it's quick and it's easy, and you get a taste for it and you start craving it. How I would have never imagined that I would crave raw asparagus, but I can pull a piece of raw asparagus out of the fridge now, and to me it's the best thing in the world. Or just eat a tomato like an apple. It's awesome. And I would just encourage anybody to give it 10 days. It's a challenge. Okay, so I'm challenging you. If you are a meat and potatoes person trying to lose weight, go 10 days on a high raw foods diet and see how you feel. Nomi Shannon's Raw Gourmet is a good resource for recipes. I'm trying to think of this other woman, Annie somebody. I'll find the links and I'll put them down below for y'all. But anyway, I'm doing real good. Good spirits. Got lots of energy. Getting some stuff done. Seriously contemplating getting out there and doing some walking other than in Walmart. It's probably about a half a mile down to the little boat dock down here, so I could probably walk down to the boat dock and back and do a mile. So we'll get started on that project here real soon. But anyway, guys, love you, and if you need me, call. Be talking to you later. God bless.